here with Ian Fisher, the design director for Robot, showing us a little bit of Orcs Must Die today. Ian, it's great to be here. Thank you for having me.
I'm glad to be on Machinima.
So, for those who this might be the first time seeing Orcs Must Die, tell us what it is. It's sort of like a tower defense game, kind of, a little bit, but not quite.
Yeah, Orcs Must Die is Robot Entertainment's kind of action strategy game. We give you a selection of traps, minions, and magic weapons, and your job is to defend your fortress, a series of fortresses, against the onslaught of the Orc armies. So it's a little bit of the tower defense-y kind of strategy. It's a little bit of the action third-person combat, and we're not really talking a whole lot about it right now, but we even sprinkled a little bit of the RPG into this as well.
I didn't even know that was in the pipeline.
It's a bit for good measure. Yeah.
That's super exciting. Now, tell us a little bit about the shooter aspect, because I know it's a little bit different than what people might expect from this sort of strategy game.
So what we want you to do is, you have the set of tools. We're going to allow people to go kind of pick the set of tools. They look at the level, they take the tools that they want to use to craft their kind of defense, and they're going to decide how they want to play. People that are a little bit more on the trap side of things, they may do more of the mousetrap. People that are a little bit more on the action side of things, they may want to fight a little bit more. But the idea is that there's more of a blend to this. You're going to try to build you're going to look at the level, try to figure out how the enemies are going to come through the level. You're going to try to craft the defense of the level. And then if your traps don't work out too much, you have to fall back on your fighting. If your traps are working really well, maybe you have some extra money, you have some extra time to go deal with some things. There's kind of a balance between these. It's a give and a take with how the level's playing out and how your strategy is working.
And this is your first time at E3 with Orcs Must Die. What are you showing off here that maybe people might not have seen before?
Let's see. One of the first things we're showing off for E3 is we have a new unit that we're showing, which is our Null Hunter. And like a lot of things in the game, what we want to have is these change how you're playing the game. We've seen the ogres in there; they're going to change how you think how you're dealing with your strategy. When the Null Hunter comes into play, he's going to come directly at you or at some of your minions. So all of a sudden, it changes how you can't just deal with him just like another orc. You have to figure out how you're going to fight him, how you're going to keep him from destroying any of your minions.
Yeah, one of the things I actually really liked about Orcs Must Die is, besides the hybrid nature, everything comes fast and furious, but also you don't really know what to expect until the gates open and you see the minions. So can you talk a little bit about more what the ogres do, what the gnolls do, and the sort of different enemies that you might be facing?
Yeah, the orcs, the baseline orcs are kind of our default enemy, and they're the things that you're going to see as kind of every single wave is going to mostly involve those, and then there's a whole series of units that provide flavor on top of that. So the archers, of course, they can shoot back at you, so now you can't stand off any longer and shoot like you can with the orcs. You have to deal with these guys from range. That's going to change. There's a different set of weapons and a different set of traps that work with them. The ogres have a lot of hit points. They move really, really slow. They're hard to kill. You can focus on killing them with traps, but you have to build a certain set of kind of traps and a certain depth of traps to be able to do it with that. Or you can count on weapons, but you have to have a certain kind of weapons and a certain skill in using weapons to do it. And if you're going to go the weapons route, then you have to figure out what you're going to do with all the other guys that are coming in the door while the ogres are there. So again, playing back into how the player is going to go craft this and approach his own defense using his own weapons and his own defenses. Each one of these things kind of changes up how someone is going to deal with it.
And do you guys have a release date yet?
We're aiming for the summer. We haven't announced a specific release date as of yet, but we're in the home stretch right now. The only reason that I'm not here is because the rest of the guys are back there working on it as we speak right now. Yeah, so we'll be done and we'll have it out this summer.
On what?
It'll ship primarily. The first release is going to be PC, console. We know we're going to go XBLA 360 first. We want to go PS3, PS7. Pretty much right after that.
So anywhere you can get your hands on it.
Hey, we're platform agnostic. Anything we can put this on, we'll put it on. Get it on a 2600, we'll put it on a 2600. Whatever we can get it on, we'll get it there.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait to get my hands on the full copy of the game. It's going to be awesome, and I know we're going to have a lot of content, hopefully on Machinima Realm with it too. So great to meet you.
Thanks a lot, man. Thanks.